When it comes to blues instruments, what do you think of? I mean, there's a lot of instruments you can think of right off the top, like piano, organ, saxophone, and of course, the guitar. Now, a lot of people associate the blues with electric guitars, because you got famous guys like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Albert King. But when it comes to winding the clocks way back, you're getting into acoustic guitars, and one guitar that became really famous for the blues is the Resonator. That's what I've got here. And not everybody's familiar with the Resonator guitar. I mean, it's a completely different build, completely different sound. And we're going to dive into the Gretsch Boxcar Resonator in this beautiful Bristol fog finish and talk about the history of these guitars, the design, and how they work. So let's dive right into it. Okay, looking at a little bit of history here, the Resonator guitar first originated in the 1920s, and it was built to get as much volume out of the guitar before electric guitars became popular. So what was the engineering and what was the thought process behind this? Well, they decided to make a way bigger sound hole and put a metal cone on the inside. And in this guitar, we've got an aluminum cone connected to the bridge, and it takes all of the sound waves from the strings and goes directly into the cone. So think about a metal fence or an aluminum fence, and when you hit it, how loud it is. That's kind of the idea here, or like when you're hitting pots and pans, how loud that is. Well, that's the idea here. Big old piece of thin metal on the inside, resonating to get you that very distinct tone. Especially with the pick, you can hear how loud that gets right away. So back to the history, these were designed so the volume could compete with louder instruments like brass and like the pianos and things in like a big band situation. So that was the original idea. And then these guitars actually took on a life of their own and became really popular in the blues scene. So later on, the slide guitar was introduced. You might recognize this sound when it comes to blues music. The slide on a resonator, an absolutely unique tone that really took over the blues scene, and you really can't think of the blues without thinking of a resonator guitar and slide. I mean, these things go hand in hand and have been made famous by guys like Johnny Winter, Son House, and other artists like that. Now, diving into some of the specifics of this guitar, this is a reissue of the 1930s classic Gretsch Resonator, and the details are absolutely impeccable, and the sound is even better. The Ampli-Sonic diaphragm resonator cone is handmade in Eastern Europe and has approximately 99% aluminum. Over die-cast tuners, we have a 25-inch scale length. We have spider ebony tip maple bridge. We have chrome hardware, and we have this nickel-plated poinsettia design cover plate, and the 1930s Gretsch headstock with aged pearloid face. And hear this thing in all of its glory. Check it out. Well, that about wraps it up for the Gretsch Boxcar Resonator factory special run in Bristol fog finish. I had a blast bringing this to you. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe at our channel, and click the links in the description below for more info on this product, and we'll see you in the next video.